Hello everybody, and welcome to the tutorial where we are going to remove Aunt Linda. It is under the assignment called Photo Manipulation, parentheses Photoshop, under week 15 in Schoology. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking this stock photo of a family at a wedding, our family and friends, who knows what the relation they are to each other, and we are going to remove this woman from the picture. I like to think that maybe she stole money from them or did something that they said, well, we really love this picture, but that woman, we don't talk to her anymore, so we want to remove her from this picture. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So you're going to find the template in under the assignment page. It's the one that says Remove Aunt Linda. You click on that. Once you click on it, it'll pop up here in your downloads, and then you can just open it directly. Once you have it downloaded and you click on it, it'll open like this in Photoshop. And we are going to first remove her by using the quick selection tool, which is the one that you've had a lot of practice with. Again, it should be here. If you don't see it here, it might be under Object Selection Tool or Magic Wand Tool. You just click and hold and it'll show you all the tools underneath. You want quick selection, and you're going to draw that dotted line around her. Make sure this is in the plus. And I like to zoom in a little bit, Command plus, just to make sure we can get a little fine point, and then click and drag on her. It'll start to find the outline of her body and do its best, kind of. Here, so I can see her foot too. So we're going to go down here, get her foot, get her leg. Oh, it went too far, so we'll go back for that in a second. Let's get the shoulder here, and we're going to want to get some of her hair, possibly. Okay, and now I'm going to subtract some parts, so I go to minus because it went a little too far on the leg and here and here. The computer does its best, but it doesn't always get exactly the way we want it, so we're going to take off these parts. I'm just clicking, and because I have subtraction, the minus symbol selected up here, it's subtracting parts from my selected area. So we're going to go until her hand is under here, but we'll paint that out later. So once we have her more or less highlighted the way we want it, we're going to cut her out. So you go to Edit, Cut, or you can do Command X, as it says here, the keyboard Command X. Click it, and bye-bye Aunt Linda. She is now gone. But if you were a graphic designer or a wedding photographer and they asked you to remove her, they wouldn't want the photo to look like this, so you're going to have to use some trickery to get her back in. And so we're going to be using the Clone Stamp tool. It looks like this. It's like a little stamp. It might be hidden under here. You don't want the pattern stamp, you want Clone Stamp. So what we're going to do with this tool is it's going to allow us to take a part of some else of the image and then paint that in over here. So you can pay attention to like what you want the background to look like. You can see here there's a big shadow. The grass is in the shadow, and then the grass is in the sun. So we're going to start with the shadowy grass part. So go over to an area that's in the shadowy grass part, far enough away from her that it won't overlap, and then hold down Option. You'll see that little white circle comes up, and then you click. And that will set the point. So now you'll see when I go over here, I'm going to start to click and hold and paint on her. It will start to paint in, and you can see that little crosshair, that little plus symbol. That's where I'm stealing from. So I'm stealing the grass from there, and I'm painting it over here where the white circle is. So I'm just clicking and holding, and you can see it looks good. Grass is nice because it's kind of, you can't really see the lines. It all kind of looks meshed. So I'm going to keep on going and be very careful not to get the man's leg. We're going to go up until we get here. And now if your plus symbol is starting to go into the sun, like you can see when we go up here, it starts to try to copy it, and we don't want that. So you're going to keep going until you get up to like this shadow more or less, and then we can stop. And now her legs disappeared, right? I mean, it pretty much looks like the natural grass, more or less seamless looking. Certain things will not look as good, but the grass usually looks good. Okay, so first let me fix this little area that I did here. So I'm going to Option click on the sunny part of the grass, paint this back in. You can see again now that plus sign is right on the sunny part of the grass. Painting it in. And now we're going to, I could probably just use that same one, Option click on the sunny part of the grass, and now we're going to get her legs. Remember with Photoshop you can get close, so if you're having trouble here, you want to get in extra close. It might be easier to do some of those fine points. You can kind of get in close. I don't want to go too high here because it's starting to hit into these steps, so you can always reset your clone point to reset where it's going to start from by holding Option click. And we're going to go up here, and you're going to keep on going. Then it gets a little tricky. I'm going to zoom back out, Option or Command minus. Then you can get up here. Again, we're going to get whatever's close to it, what would naturally be next to it, Option click, and start to kind of draw out here. So you're just going to have to get tricky. The sky will probably also be easy because it's kind of like some just cloud cover. So Option click there, you can start to get her head out. So you're going to keep on going. And it'll get a little tricky here with the trees. You'll just have to kind of use your best judgment. You can kind of Option click here and start on this tree and see if you can just draw in the tree, and it'll probably look pretty good, but it might get a little bit weird down here where there's like, here it's like a double tree, but you kind of can't tell, and you can always draw like some different tree branches and stuff maybe. And the stairs will probably look a little bit wonky because they're pretty uniform over there, but once you draw them in here, they'll start to get a little bit off. But the truth is our eyes are trained to look at the subject of a photo like this and not really stare too much at the background. And so you're going to keep on painting until you get her the way that you can. When you get into like the hand and stuff, you can try to like maybe get this little like veil with the gray area. I can Option click there and try to like paint it back over here so that way it looks more like the man's suit and her hand is gone. You can kind of use your best judgment to try and get that to look natural. And then once you do, I think I have an example of here somewhere of it actually removed. Maybe I already closed it. But you can see I have it in my slides. I'll pull those up right now. You can see it here. In these two examples right here, you can see it's pretty well removed. You zoom in, these are the two kind of side by side. This is the one with Aunt Linda, and this is the one without, and they look pretty good. You can almost not tell that she was ever there at all. And that's the steps that you use to get her out. I went through this pretty quickly. You'll have to kind of do some trial and error, and if you mess up a little bit, you can always do Command Z and undo and redo it. Like I said, you can zoom in to get more specific. But when you are finished and you're pretty sure that there was no evidence that Aunt Linda was ever there, and you don't see any parts of her body or any blank spots where you forgot to fill her in, and nothing looks too wonky in the background, then you should be able to turn it in. So as we normally do when you're ready to turn it in, you're going to go to File, Export, Quick Export as PNG. Dialog box will pop up. You're going to save it to your desktop like we normally do. You're going to want to title it something that you'll remember. Remove Linda, or photo manipulation, or whatever you want to add. So some place that you'll be able to find it easily, and name you'll be able to find easily. Remember, when you turn it in, you want the one that says .png. You don't want to turn in the one that's the .psd file, because that's a Photoshop file. We want to turn in our PNG, which is a photo file. And then you hit save, and it will put it as a photo on your desktop, and then that's what you turn in on Schoology. Once you do that, you are done with the assignment. If you get stuck or have any questions, you can always refer back to this video. Don't forget with this video, you can always rewind it and play it back and use subtitles, whatever it makes it easier for you to complete this assignment. And I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Have fun removing the person who no longer speaks to the family. Peace.